Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach, and I'd spent some time with InlineMapping off screen to get my head around what I needed to do, and I think I made some definite progress. So what I have here now is this validate pairs. You'll give it a source and a destination, and it will go through and figure out all the things it needs to do. One extra thing that I didn't have before is finding out if you already have the map. And then I have this new, this looks like a lot of code, but a lot of these diagnostics add, there's another issue I have in GitHub around this where there will be a factory method on these things and they will create the diagnostics. So it will end up being one line of code. At least that's the theory. Okay. So, all right. So I got that in place, and that will end up creating all the maps. And I just realized I might have missed something here. Yes, of course. Well, if you do all this work and you don't actually capture it, well, that will suck. Okay. So, yeah. I think here is, okay. The map type has the source and the destination, has the node and the collection of maps. The thing is, yeah, we want to put it in regardless. Okay, so we don't want to look at maps. We want to look at property maps. And then we want to say maps.add a source and destination, current node, and then maps. No, wait a minute. This is also or it's not. Oh, it's an immutable array. Oh, okay, so I just should say to immutable. I type symbol, syntax node, mutable array. That's what it is, right? It's an immutable array of string. And I have an immutable array of string. What the? My God. This is a syntax node. So you want to add a immutable array of string and a syntax node. What? I swear. Why? I don't have the patience or the time anymore to deal with stuff that I think is... What? Microsoft Code Analysis syntax node. You're adding a key and a value. Your key is a source and a destination. Your value is a current node and a maps to immutable. Why are you barking? This is a syntax node. This is an immutable array of string. When the realization finally kicks in, moving on. It's my fault. I was doing the wrong maps. Okay. So we've done map 2. Now we just need to do map from and map, and basically all the work happens within validate pairs. And if, yeah, that's the one thing I'm thinking about is right now diagnostics are not specific to a source destination key. And that stops us in our tracks in that for a given source destination, we found all these things, right? Because we don't do any diagnostics. All the diagnostics are done in the validate pairs. So what I'm actually thinking is that what we should do is put the diagnostics with the source and destination, because that way we can say for this pair, it had these problems and we don't, if it had an error, we don't do anything. But for this source and destination, it's fine. So we will. We shouldn't let that hold everything up. Okay, I agree. Yes, Jason, that's a good idea. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so that's also going to break some other stuff. Yeah, because the mapping information, map generator, I should say, yeah, we get the diagnostics out. And we get the diagnostics out because we're getting them from mapping information. Okay, so yeah, again, it's a change of things. You know, what's funny is we now have a node. What we want to put here is the actual diagnostic. That's Microsoft. Can I just do this? Microsoft code analysis diagnostic. System collections. Oh my God. I don't know why they mutable array of that diagnostics. Why are you complaining? The non-generic type. Do you literally have to have this on one line? What did... Okay, so that works. And you can do that on one line. I must have missed something. I must have missed when you did this that it, yeah. So we no longer have diagnostics like that, okay? We do not pass in diagnostics, and we'll say immutable array diagnostics, okay? We do not pass that in, we do not pass that in, and we do not pass that in. And yes, that's breaking all these other things up here that think you need to pass these in, but don't. That's the map from, that's the map to, and the map doesn't have any more, and we don't want this here either. And now we do this for... We don't actually pass that in here either. Because the validate pairs is the one that, it is the one that does all the things. We do not do this here. We do that there. Okay, so then we get all the diagnostics, and then down here we have to say diagnostics to immutable. There. Okay, that's much better. I think, yes. Pat on the back. Okay, so let's do the validate. That's not a word. From. So we want to say map from attribute. We're going to call this, no, holy crap, that was the wrong keystroke. Well, not the wrong keystroke, but I had the keyboard in the wrong mode. And then this is map from candidates. And we look at the source type. Actually, in this case, it's going to be My goodness. This is going to be the destination type. Okay. And then we look for anything that has from. This is now, nope, we can't do that. This is the source type. And so we pass that in here, right? Because you pass in the source. Yes, because we're getting the source now from the attribute. And we go through those. All right, see, we're on a roll now. We're on a roll. I guess it doesn't matter which one we take. Okay. So now just to validate a map, we go to validate map attribute. Okay. And now we say, let's call these map candidates. Because I think that's what they're called down here. Yeah. Okay. And what we want to do is say, this is, we don't have to do a for each because it's not on a type. We just say, sorry, I blanked for a second. We're going to do this. This actually, I think, becomes cleaner in a way. Source type, candidate, we'll call it attribute. Whatever. Oh, it's a synt. Huh. Hmm. 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 Oh, God. Argument. Shh. Ah, I forgot about this. I'm going to get stuck. There's got to be a way to do this. I just don't know at the top of my head because I was getting... This is an AttributeSyntax, right? So if I said assembly map, because, you know, type of type, we don't really care. No. String, I don't care. Okay. And then I go to the syntax visualizer and I do this, and I do that. Well, what is this? This is a incomplete member. Can... Oh, God. Why? Why are you... Thank you. Jesus. Okay, this is an attribute syntax. This whole thing. Which has an argument list. Okay, so it has an argument list. And those argument lists are... Yeah, see, we're lucking out because we're able to... Oh, God. We're lucking out because down here when we're doing the map from and the map to, we already have an attribute data, not a... we're basically in symbol world. So when we look at constructor arguments, we get a type constant, a value. Here, we're saying type of string, and when you look at the attribute argument list, the attribute argument is a type of expression, and we'd have to actually figure out what the type is. Oh my God. I might have to cut this episode short and figure out how do you, if you have an attribute that's at the assembly level like this, it's just by itself, how do I turn that into a syntax node that is useful in some meaningful way? Because if I get that, then I get constructor arguments, then I get a value. I know it's a name type symbol, and I'm fine. But yeah, I'm going to stop here because this is just going to be a massive struggle for me right now to try to figure all this out, and I don't want to do that in front of camera again. So I will figure that out, and then once I figure that out, I'll have validate map done, and then I can start unwinding everything back to the map generator and how it's actually generating all of the mappings and fixing all my tests. This is progress. There is a way that this is going to be done. I just don't know what it is off the top of my head. I will figure this out. So, thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.